Welcome to another episode of the MTL Sports Podcast. I believe we're on episode 47. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special episode. We did a NFL fantasy draft, and now tonight we have our NBA fantasy draft. So you'll catch that in the second half of the show. But first, we have our usual NFL Week 7 preview. So we'll preview our games of the week before our draft kicks off in a few minutes. So please stay tuned. Kick off today's show with a little bit of previews. Our games of the week, as usual. We are on week 7. My Bengals are on a bye week, so a little sad. No action for me this week, but there's plenty of other games to cover. So, Lawrence, I'll let you start first. What is your first pick for this week?
I'm going to go for the first pick this week. It's pretty much a crucial one for the division, for its purposes, for its division. I'm going to go Tampa Bay and the Falcons. I saw an interesting stat line that made me a little, not a little less suicidal during my injuries. However, it was the Carolina Panthers had the most points in the division. So they've scored more points than the rest of the division. Atlanta has scored the least, Tampa Bay with the second most, or third most, and then the New Orleans Saints with the third most points in the division. Now, that being said, so you got two of the worst scoring teams in the division, the Falcons and the Tampa Bay, facing off for basically number one seed. Because let's just face it, New Orleans, we have no idea what we're going to get to them week to week, and that's been kind of like basically what it's been for the last couple of years since Drew Brees left, or the last year of Drew Brees. So you just kind of don't know what Saints team you're going to get week to week. You don't know if you're going to get the good one or the bad one. But Tampa Bay seems, before that bye week, they looked really good. They didn't look amazing, but they didn't look bad. And then coming off that bye week, they just looked amazingly flat and horrible. So I just kind of want to give it the benefit of the doubt that it was just the bye week. Everyone got too relaxed. Everyone just got unfocused for a little bit. But, you got to be looking at this Atlanta Falcons game like we have to win this one. The Falcons, all they can do is run the ball. We've seen it progressively get better in terms of the pass game. But in reality, their pass game really is only getting active because their running game is – people are focusing on the running game. Well, Tampa Bay doesn't really need to. They do a really good job at stopping the run with just their 7 in the box. So I guess it's going to be kind of one of those games where can Tampa Bay 7 in the box find a way to keep at bay Bijan and Tyler Algier. Another thing I've noticed from the Falcons is they don't go to Algier as much as they should as much anymore. They just kind of try to lean way too much on Bijan, and if I need a forceful, impactful run up the middle, I'm just still kind of on the wing here, saying that I think I'd kind of rather have Algier take it up the middle or up the gut kind of move. He just seems to run the ball harder. Bijan, I'm not going to say anything outside of that. Bijan looks amazing, but Bijan looks amazing in the passing game and running to the outside or running in between the guard and the tackle. But other than that, I think I'd rather have Algier go up the middle, but they keep trying to put Bijan up the middle. It doesn't make any sense. Let Algier do those kind of runs, especially since at this point you do believe him to be expendable. So pound him up there in the middle.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. No deviation for me. My first pick for this week, guys, I'm going to go with another 1 o'clock window game. We're going to go with two division leaders at this point in time. Detroit and Baltimore, I believe we're playing at M&T Bank, so we're going to be in Baltimore. This is a crucial game for both teams. I feel like, both teams, top of the divisions, I guess you can have them in a conversation for powerhouses of their respective conferences. So this is like a test for both of them in terms of where they match up. Are their first couple wins kind of fluky, or okay, when you really run into some top competition, are you going to play and ball out? So I think for the Lions, to start with them, for the Lions, their passing game, just the offense in general, has been really, really good. Very fluid. Montgomery, I think, is questionable for this week. So we'll see if he suits up. And then for the Ravens, they still dealing with injuries on their side of the ball. And plus their secondary, will their secondary be able to keep up with the Lions passing attack? That's a great question, and we'll see on Sunday. As you see the matchup predictor, surprisingly, I mean, it's at home, so I mean, no surprise here that the Ravens have about 54% of the vote. And then the Lions are coming at about 46. To me, it's a toss-up game. Right now, the line is leaning towards Baltimore with 3 points. So I guess if it was a neutral field, it would be a pick 'em. So I'm leaning towards the Lions. They've just been going on the roll. Dan Campbell's one hell of a coach. Jared Goff is playing out of his mind. And I think for the Ravens to win this game, they will need a very good game from Lamar, and then he needs his receivers to step up because they just have not been producing as of late. You can't just keep relying on Zay Flowers, a rookie, and Mark Andrews. You know, they definitely need contributions from the other guys like Bateman, OBJ, and I think, do they have Algalore? I think they might. I don't know, but they need contributions from the other guys on the receiving court, or else it's just, in terms of running backs, it's just Lamar and Hill, and he's iffy. So it's just like, unless you have an outstanding game from Lamar, the receivers need to pick it up. So I'm going to pick the Lions in this one.
Yeah, the only receiver that picked it up last week for him was Zay Flowers, and I have him in fantasy, and I finally I started him for 2 weeks. He consistently got like 10 to 12 points week to week, and last week was the first time he finally got a touchdown. So, no, I just had to be unfortunate the first time I decided to move away from him. That decided to have a nice game, and well, we live. I guess is the best way to put it. So.
This is true. What's your second game that we should keep our eyes on this week?
Well, the second game to keep the eyes on is I think probably the biggest one this weekend. And I think that's gonna be Miami and Philly. I don't know if you were probably gonna go that one too, because I mean that's just kind of what draws my eye. Because at this point, Miami has to beat a good team, and Philly has to go without losing to another team. Philly needs to reestablish itself. But Philly has a lot of freaking injuries on that defense. And Philly basically right now is kind of begging for a bye week. I mean, at this point, that's how I feel looking at the Phillies. They're just begging for a bye week.
They need one bad.
Because they're just beat up on defense, which should play in Miami's hand. They love to take advantage of defenses, but their defense can be very, very hit or miss sometimes as well. So that's kind of their kryptonite. But Miami's stat line, I mean, if you look at it, Miami hasn't beaten a good team yet. Now, they've beaten the crap out of teams, and they've scored a lot of points in every game.
Mm-hmm.
But Miami still hasn't beaten a legitimate good team. And the few teams they have beaten, I mean, the few teams they've lost to, well, let's just say the Buffalo Bills. I mean, that was humbling. I mean, they didn't look – they looked pretty awful.
Yeah, stomped them.
Against the Giants, and Buffalo stomped them. And so Miami's got to be thinking to themselves, I mean, this is a game that we can't lose. We have to win. We haven't beaten anyone. We've beaten Broncos. We've beaten the Patriots. We've beaten the Chargers. I mean, the only team on this list they've beaten so far that's any value is the Chargers. I guess you could say Patriots because of the way they did it, but the Patriots' offense looks really horrible. And we all thought the Patriots were kind of good, and now we realize they're not. So the only decent team they've beaten is the Chargers, and to be honest with you, we don't even know what the heck the Chargers are doing. The only thing we think the Chargers should be doing is firing their coach. But, yeah, if you're looking at the Dolphins, this is the week that you got to literally, I want to say put your foot in the ground, basically help claim your stake in the AFC East, because you're going to need it, because you already are one game down against the Bills. Bills are playing New England in New England, so there's a good chance New England loses. Even at home. So
yeah,
you got to stay with the Bills. I know the Bills, they haven't looked amazing either. but I want to stay with them. I know they lost twice, but hey, they lost in London. So, and the Bills are going to come upon an easy stretch of, they're going to play the Patriots, they're going to play the Buccaneers, then they're going to play the Bengals. Well, it's going to be a tough one, but then they immediately get an easy one against the Broncos. So they really need to stay pat with the Bills as of right now.
Yeah, I would agree 100% with everything you said. This will be definitely a test for them. If it's just they can only beat sorry teams, then they're pretenders. If they can actually compete and win, hey, we gotta, actually treat them as, with some respect. So, I was thinking about choosing that game, but I think I'm gonna go with uh probably the second most explosive game. I would say the Chargers in Kansas City. 425. I think we're at Arrowhead. It's a division game, and the Chargers and Chiefs have always had good games. I feel like this will be explosive in terms of offense, even though the Chiefs do have arguably a top 10 defense. They re-signed Chris Jones, and their defense is always just pretty good, but they're definitely the best they've been in this little. Wouldn't call it dynasty, but the little championship runs that they've had the past couple of years. Right now the line is at 5.5 for KC. They're at Arrowhead, and as you can see, about 68.5% favor the Chiefs in this one. And I guess breaking news today that the Chiefs traded for Hardman, so he is going back to Kansas City. I think they just swapped late round draft picks. So that gives homeboy another familiar target because his receivers have been wishy-washy besides Travis Kelce, and he's banged up, and so he's just kind of slugging along, and they're kind of in the same situation where they kind of need a bye week so he can kind of nurse his I think it's his ankle, right, or his knee or whatever that he hurt like the first week. So they definitely need a bye week as well, but they've been on a roll. Beat Denver last week, kind of like a little shit show. And then the Chargers, if you didn't watch Monday Night Football, they lost to Dallas. Arguably, probably should have won that game, but neither here nor there. So I think for the Chargers, they need a win to stay on track. Just in the AFC in general, I think if they go down 2-4, you're looking kind of hard pressed to making the playoffs at that point. So if you can finish week 7 with a 3-3 record, you're feeling pretty good. And then if you're the Chiefs, you're playing at home. You don't want to lose at home, especially to a division rival. Just gonna put you back in the division. And then if this Kelce injury just lingers throughout the season, and if he needs to miss more games, you already saw how that looked. It didn't look too pretty. So you probably want to keep your division record looking pretty good there. So I will probably take the Chiefs. The Chargers just don't look well. Their head coach is just not a good head coach, and I don't think Kellen Moore can save this team in terms of offense because the offense is up and down. And Herbert with his hand, I don't know. He's just not playing like normal. I think is really bothering him. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Chiefs in this one, but it should be explosive in terms of offenses. Really quickly, Lawrence, we have about a couple minutes before the draft starts. Do you have an honorable mention for this week?
Oh, my honorable mention is Bills and Patriots. Remember earlier when I was talking about in the season, I talked about Malik Cunningham getting some action. There's a good chance Malik Cunningham's coming out to play. I'm just saying.
Okay, I feel that. I feel any change with that team because they definitely need it. Really quickly, my honorable mention. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh and the Rams. I feel like both teams definitely could use a win. More so the Rams because I feel like Pittsburgh at this point, I feel like they're pretenders. Their defense is really stout, but the offense just has too many troubles and issues. So if they lose, they were sleepers to begin with, but I think LA definitely has a chance to make the playoffs, especially with how the NFC is looking right now. So I think a win for them will go a longer way than Pittsburgh. But that is all for our picks of the week. A little brief this week, but it's because of what we have coming up next, y'all. We have our NBA fantasy draft. So we will get into that and some NBA predictions for the season. We're all coming up next, so just stay tuned. About to start, so we will take you straight into the action. I think Lawrence has a second pick, y'all, so this will not take long for you guys to see his draft strategy for NBA. He saw NFL, but you will see NBA.
I can't believe you only put 30 seconds, too.
Yeah, we gotta get through this fast. Oh, that was quick. Jokic, I mean, that was an easy pick, honestly.
Yeah, I wanted Jokic.
I feel like you can't go wrong. I mean, the first 4 or 5 guys are good. Even Giannis down there is a good pick. Oh, Joel, okay. Can't go wrong with that.
As long as he stays healthy, I can't go wrong with that.
Okay. Luka went third, y'all. I am pick 10, so SGA went fourth.
That was auto drafted. I think everyone's here except for Hillman. Isn't that Hillman? Yeah, everyone's here except for Hillman. I just love looking at people's names from last year, and then it's like, oh, that's what their teams were made after.
Steph went 6.
See, my thing with Steph is it's kind of it's concerning to pick Steph early.
Because you don't have it. He's gonna have another good year. I feel like. You don't think so?
There's so many people to feed on that team, though.
Not anymore.
They still have like one of the best top 5s. There's just a lot of people to feed on that team. There's just a lot of people to feed.
Tyrese Halliburton's so high up. Look, he's like, wow.
Because you know you're gonna get assists and you know you're gonna get a double every night.
This is true.
Okay, it's just a walking double. Kyrie sitting there right there in your lap, bro.
Nah, I think I'm gonna go Devin Booker. I think Devin Booker's gonna have a hell of a year.
Oh, he passed his teammate Kevin Durant from Devin Booker.
Kevin Durant gets hurt way too much nowadays. I feel like I can't go with him. Now, if Anthony Davis slides to me, I will 100% pick him up. But let's see what everyone else does. Now, definitely, these first couple picks are always crucial. Don't you think? Like, I mean, you're setting the foundation for your fantasy team, so you just.
Yeah, I mean, it gets your blood pressure up there a little bit because I mean, I'm already out of it, and I'm waiting my turn to get back around to it. But like, so for instance, for me, right, like a player like Kyrie just keeps sitting there, and if I'm at 23 and Kyrie's still sitting there, it's really hard to pass on Kyrie. But like in your heart, you should pass on Kyrie. But also knowing that like I'm not even supposed to be in the realm of getting Kyrie.
Yeah.
But then also like, Jaren Jackson Jr., he's probably going to be sitting there when I'm getting up. And it's going to be one of those things like, I know I can win blocks every week if I get Jaren Jackson. But
now speak to that, because blocks is a category that we do. And like those categories like blocks and steals, like those are pretty important, wouldn't you say? Because like only a couple of like players actually like consistently get those stats.
Yeah, I think that's why Mikal Bridges when he was on the Suns, well, he just left, so that's why he was so important, and crucial.
Wow, Kyrie's still there. You might be able to get him.
Yeah, I don't want Kyrie though.
Wow, people are gonna let him and LaMelo fall.
Well, see, that's my thing. I'm watching LaMelo fall, and I might scoop LaMelo.
Oh,
because that's just a
wow.
walking double-double.
Someone took LeBron before. Wow, I like the draft. Wow,
Victor
someone took
Wemby.
someone someone took Wemby already. Oh man, I don't think Wemby was far down there. He wasn't even in the top.
He wasn't
Yeah,
in the top 40.
is that a reach? I think so.
I think it's a reach. All
I don't
right.
think I don't think
If
Wemby's
LaMelo is here, I'm taking LaMelo. I'm just putting that out there.
I don't think Wemby's going to play 65 games. I think he's going to probably play like 50. I think they're going to be so bad that he gets shut down. Oh,
God, man. Every time.
who do you go with? I mean, the first like 4 players like are always hurt. So it's like Kyrie's always hurt or doesn't play. Same with Kat, Kawhi, and Jimmy. James Harden might not
I'm
start
just
the
going to have to
season.
go with Freddie Van Vliet because he's going to be like the leader of that team.
I like it. I like
He's the veteran on that team, so he should get some points. And then, I'm hoping that he gets me some threes. I'm getting him for the 3-point category and the point category, and maybe assisting category. I really wanted that LaMelo though. I wanted that LaMelo, and just had to get taken right from me, right in front of my face.
I'm surprised Kyrie is still not picked. Chat went 25. What is going on, y'all? Oh man,
There might be some trolling going.
I think there's slight trolling for sure. Lori, chat. Okay, whoever. Oh, you're up. Do you know? Oh, you got Pascal. Okay, I like it. Pascal. I mean,
I want big guy. I want efficient big guys because I've noticed in the past years you can always fill in small forwards, shooting guards here and there. You can always the one thing that always is hard to get later on in the season is bigger guys who consistently stay healthy.
Yeah, it's depending on your strategy. Drafting big men is really important in the early rounds, even if you have to reach.
I mean, I just kind of want. I just want to win certain categories. One category I love to win is blocks, and that one's gonna be kind of hard.
Yeah, for sure. Wow, Scotty Barnes and Cade. Wow. Okay, this is interesting. There's definitely been some reaches. We've seen a ton of reaches, haven't we, so far? I mean, we're about 30 picks in.
I mean,
Jalen Brunson. I actually like that pick.
I think we should. I think we should have known reaches were coming when we saw Wemby go top 20.
It's just one of those things.
I think we got some guys on Xbox right now who are talking some trash to each other.
For sure.
And maybe we're questioning what other people were doing at this point. If Kyrie finally goes,
I think he might have been auto drafted. He took so long.
Paul
George. Okay.
That's a questionable one.
And you guys leave Bam to me. Thank you. Bam's going to pick up another 2010 season, hopefully, with a lot of blocks. Just what I need. So I am up another couple picks. Based off of what I'm seeing here, I might need to go point guard, but there is a Jaylen Brown right there. He did just average like 26 last year, so
he's got a big contract, so he's gonna want to play really hard.
Yeah, hopefully he's gonna stick around for my next pick, and then I think I'm gonna switch to some guards. While we're waiting, I guess let's start getting into some predictions. Let's start with the easy one. Let's go Rookie of the Year. Who do we have? Or I'm gonna let you start first. Who's your Rookie of the Year? Your prediction?
My Rookie of the Year prediction? I'm gonna go with probably Scoot Henderson from Portland.
Okay.
Just because he's just gonna have to put up numbers, just because there's not a whole lot around him, and so when you don't have all the pieces around your team, you got to figure out how to make things work. And I feel like that's just gonna be one of those positions in which he's gonna benefit from being on a bad team. It might look skewed, but it's just one of those things.
Oh, I didn't see Jamal Murray. I might actually take Jamal Murray. I feel like that might be a better... Yeah, because he's going to want to be an all-star this year. I think I'm going to go Jamal Murray. My pick for Rookie of the Year, I think I might have already said this, but I'm going to go Chet Holmgren. I think OKC, like we've already previewed, they're going to be pretty good. They're definitely going to be fighting for a play-in, and they'll probably sneak into like an 8th seed. And I think Chet will be a big part of that. I think he's going to play 65 games, and I think he'll probably average around the same stats as Wemby, if not like slightly better. But I think he'll get the edge in games played, and so I think that will give him the edge in Rookie of the Year. Like I said, I think Wemby's going to play about 50, 55. I think Chet's probably going to play most of the season, probably like 65 to 70. So I think that'll give him the slight edge in Rookie of the Year. You're coming up. Any ideas what you're gonna do with? I guess this is your 4th pick, I think, right?
Oh, I'm filling up my tabs right now. Slowly filling up my tabs.
You still have Kawhi, who was ranked pretty high. DeJounte was ranked pretty high. Drew. Still some good players on the board. The last couple picks have been Poole, Kawhi just went, and then Zion. Wow, okay. Zion went 43rd, which I didn't even... Some of these players, you honestly, guys, you have to look down on the list, and when you go to the favorite players, because you won't even see them. And Lawrence is up. Let's see what he has.
You know what's really ugly? I was going to go Paolo with my next pick. Not this one, but the next one. I thought I was going to be stretching. So at least I know that someone else was on the same game plan as me.
That's actually not a bad pick, to be honest. I definitely have my eyes on a few people myself.
All right. My bigs are made. I made my bed with my bigs. And I shall sleep with my bed with my bigs. Oh, dude, Josh Giddey's now gone.
Oh, man.
Josh Giddey was next.
There's still some good bigs. I mean, there's Big Vu, Miles Turner, Nicky Claxton.
Oh yeah, we might stock up on some,
Definitely, yeah. Still some good bigs. Guards, there's still some. There's still plenty of guards, honestly. I think we're probably running short on like small and power forwards. I feel like that's the one position we're starting to want to, go a little thin in.
We're gonna hope this one plays out right.
Oh, you took Tyler Hero.
We're gonna hope he plays out right.
We're gonna hope he plays out right.
Oh, we're hoping for one of them seasons from him.
Well, that was one of my sleepers, and I was going to reach for him. I'm not going to lie.
I thought it was a reach, and I was like, nah, I'm just going to do it. It is what it is. I don't have any shooting guards or small forwards, so I went big first. I'm trying to get rebounds, trying to get blocks. I'm trying to get, double guys. I'm trying to get certain categories filled out no matter what. Now I'm trying to go for threes and shooting percentage.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm just trying to win certain categories. I can, my whole process always was try to win as many as you could. Now I just kind of stick to start the season off good at something and then build to being better at things. Because certain players will always just be sitting there waiting for you to come around to them.
Yep. The bigs are starting to go. We have Ayton 52nd, Turner 53rd, Porzingis 55, Kessler
You still got
56.
Julius Randle up there, man.
Nobody wants fucking Julius Randle. Excuse my language.
Oh my lord.
We're gonna get Tyrese Maxey. James Harden's not gonna play for Philly this year. I was gonna go Brandon Ingram, but whoever's pool party took him before me. My next pick, I think I will need a small forward just to lock that down. But honestly, there's no good small forwards. Like, I think I might just have to stock up on
guards and power forwards.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, Jeremy Grant's sitting right there. I mean, he's going to get points on Portland.
My thing is, I don't want Beal because I already have Booker. You don't want too many players on the same team, so I will probably forego Beal. Yeah, I might have to go Julius Randle, honestly. Even though I just despise him.
To get Rudy Gobert.
Oh, I despise him even more. Oh my goodness.
You got Michael Porter Jr. Oh, you already got Jamal.
Yeah, that's kind of a reach too. I don't want to do that.
You got Tobias Harris.
Oh man, not Tobias.
Not Tobias Harris.
Okay, someone
no Julius Randle.
Yep, they already made the decision for me. Thank you. Oh, Ja Morant.
Ooh, that's so early. It's too early.
Oh, there's a good old Kyle Kuzma right here. I think he might be who I pick, honestly.
No.
Yeah,
don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
Yeah, we're gonna pick Kyle.
Don't be a little asshole.
Kuzma's gonna average like 25 and 8 this year. Like I said earlier, guys, some of these players you have to really like just scroll down for because it's like for whatever reason they have players way too high. Like Cam Johnson, and Vassell should not be this high up. All right, Lawrence. Next prediction. We talked about Rookie of the Year. Let's go with Defensive Player of the Year. Who's your prediction? Who's gonna win?
Well, Defensive Player of the Year. It's probably gonna be one of those years where I kind of see Giannis and Drew Holiday kind of having like a battle in the East and having a battle off for Defensive Player, and also like they're just gonna give the benefit of doubt to Giannis, but I feel like Drew Holiday has something to play for now. Like, not really say vengeance, but like there's a little fire in that belly. There's got to be, at least in my opinion.
For sure.
Might put him over the edge, to make a little bit of headway in terms of defensive. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the way I sway the most. Is like a Drew Holiday or a Giannis kind of guy.
Don't blame me there. I think Miles Bridges or Mikal Bridges will have a good shot to win it. Yeah, I think Mikal will probably win it, but Nick Claxton, he has a good teammate, Nick Claxton, so he might steal some votes away from him. But I think a full season in Brooklyn will definitely give like all the shine on him and all the spotlight on him. So I think he'll win, but definitely, I think Wemby and Chet will both have some votes, and then I think Bam will probably be the runner-up. But I think it's going to be somebody in the East, like you said. I think someone in the East is going to win it this year. All right, you are up, I think. So you took Clay 71st, and then you took CJ. Okay, nice strategy. I guess you're going for threes with those two picks.
Threes, and I think CJ should get a lot of assists. In my opinion, assists and steals kind of role. He ain't got much else to do there.
This is all
I'm
true.
also betting on the fact that Zion doesn't play a full season again because he almost never does. So Might be being a little bit of an asshole with that one, but that was just my thought process when taking CJ. Was hoping that not hoping, sorry, predicting Zion doesn't play a full season and CJ has to make up for the slack.
Yeah.
And I know he won't let me down in terms of free throw percentage. You know, sometimes you just get guys to score you points, and then you just have to know that no matter what, their free throw percentage is trash. So there are some guys like that out there.
This is true.
Not pointing any fingers, but Andrew Wiggins might be one.
I think I think the best. I'm gonna go best available. I think Jalen Green's probably who I'm gonna go with.
Now, would you say you're in love with your team? Because I can pretty much say right now, I don't think I'm in love with my team, but I don't think I hate my team.
Yeah, I think my team is. I think it's good. I think because some people reached a little bit. I think they took some of the players I wanted. So, it's whatever. I think I'm doing pretty well so far, though. It's just when we get down to like that, we're around like 7 or 8 right now. So it's just you kind of got to start looking for players, and the time is so fast that you really.
That's why I said when you said 30 seconds, I was like, why? Come on.
Well, some people have to go to bed apparently, so they want the timer to be fast. They can't stay up too late, I think. Yeah. Oh, Jalen McDaniels is down here. See, you have to really search. Scoot's down here, but that's probably a reach, I think. Valanciunas, Jordan Clarkson, Westbrook, Bobby Portis, Josh Hart. Okay, some of these people are definitely reaches, but we will keep them on our radar. Herb Johns, okay. Big Zoo, I should say. Oh, Keegan Murray went 86. Healed 84. Clint Capella 85th. Okay. I might regret this later, but I need a forward, so I'm gonna go Michael Porter Jr. At the very least, he can rebound and hit threes. I feel like that's I'm not totally lacking threes, but I think I definitely want to. I'm kind of like you. I'm going for like threes, rebounds, and blocks. I feel like so far I've done a pretty good job with. I mean, Kuzma grabs rebounds. Booker even grabs rebounds. Michael Porter Jr., of course, Davis and Bam grab rebounds. And then blocks, I mean, Davis and Bam has that locked. Probably just assists. I will be lacking in assists. I probably will not win assists.
Yeah, I think the thing I'm missing on my team is assists, but
Yeah.
I feel like you always gotta forfeit some sections in order to get others. My whole thing is always rebounds and points, double doubles, steals and blocks, and then just get guys that can shoot threes. And at the end of the day, you're just kind of basically hoping to figure out you get some talent, and then figure out what players actually start popping off during the season, and then scoop them up real quick before everyone else gets to them.
Scoop them up.
That's kind of how it works out.
Yeah, maybe make a trade or two.
But I know, looking at what I got going on right now, for me, I'm going on limbs with some players right now. And that's just how I have to play, because based on what's left at the top right here, I filled out my roster in order to, I'm not really pressed on it.
Yeah.
But I like certain things a little further down a little more. So I'm going to go with who I think is going to be rookie of the year. Go ahead and go Scoot.
Okay.
Hope he doesn't let me down, but I'm going to go Scoot real quick, and then if I can lock it in, I hope I cannot lock it in.
You can Valanciunas.
I was going to go another double machine. I cannot lock that one in.
Well, Wendell Carter he's not a double machine, but he'll get you some double doubles. Gafford, if you want to take a risk on Gafford, Gafford's just hurt too much, honestly.
Yeah, but was it Okongwu? I mean,
The
he can
backup
get.
center, he's backup to Clint Capella, so unless they trade him.
But I think Clinton's going to get traded at some point this season. It's just the fact that PJ Washington's still sitting down here, though, is a little crazy to me. Oh, I'm just going to go with the guy that was reliable for me last year, and that's completely the only reason why.
Who'd you go? Oh, Jordan Clarkson. Okay. Yeah, their roster is depleted, and so he should definitely put up buckets.
I mean, he was efficient for me last year. I'm not gonna lie to you though. I still, quote unquote, am missing a small forward.
Wow, and they are few and far between now.
Yeah, I mean, I have Klay Thompson as a small forward, but they have him listed as the second guard. So I currently don't have another small forward.
Okay.
We're gonna have to figure that somehow, some way down the line here.
Yeah, you definitely need to do something with that. Because there's like the only small forward is Miles, and he's probably not gonna play this season, so I wouldn't. Yeah. There's Jaden McDaniels though. If you want him, he's probably gonna start for. He's probably gonna start for Minnesota.
I can't be talking to you about this stuff right now. You'll steal it from me. You're
can't believe
Marcus
Smart is still available.
Yeah,
do I take Marcus?
To take him.
Do I take Smart or do I take Trey Jones?
I mean, for the upside that Marcus is going to give you in steals, but you're going to have to wait until about January for that.
What, is he hurt?
No, it's just that, he's going to have to be doing more offensively when Jaw's out. And then once Jaw gets back and then he gets situated, he'll move towards a more defensive role.
Okay, I'm going to take Smart. At least he's gonna definitively start for 25 games, and then we'll see how he looks after that. I'm surprised he's still there, to be honest. My next pick, honestly, I probably will take Draymond because even though he's hurt, he might be out the first couple weeks. Just the rebounds and blocks and assists.
Now, isn't Arshore Thompson? Isn't he supposed to be a starter
for Detroit? He might not start because
I think he's a rookie.
I know
he's a rookie.
He's a rookie. I don't know if he's going to start though.
He might be behind Bojan.
There's still some good talent. I mean, there's plenty of good players left. Bobby Portis, Mike Conley, Josh Hart, Aaron Gordon, Gary Trent Jr. Let's see here. Actually, I think. Let's see.
According to this report, he might be a starter. And that's kind of all I need. Then don't be taking my information and using it against me. Oh. Alrighty.
I got Big Zoo, dependable center. I think I had Wendell last year. I don't know how he's going to do because the Magic have like a log jam at the forward center spot, and Paulo played some center in Team USA, so he might actually see some time at center for the Magic. I don't know. They kind of got a little cluster over there in the forward center spot. But moving on, we did Defensive Player of the Year. Before you pick, tell me your sixth man of the year.
Ooh, sixth man?
Sixth man of the year.
Ooh, I mean, if it happens this way, I think Russell Westbrook would be the sixth man. but I
He
don't
should.
think he's going. I don't know how he's going to. Isn't he going to be the sixth man? Isn't it already situated like that? He's the sixth man?
No, last year it was. I think this year, he's starting. He's on the Clippers. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really know. I mean, I feel like he would do better in a spot in which he is a sixth man. I mean, other guys around the league, like Derek White can easily be a sixth man, easily. I'm just gonna go on a reach and go for it. You're gonna do these things. I'm just gonna double up. I think I can go double up here and be okay with it. I think we can take 2 out and hope that Shane doesn't somehow have an inside source on my guy. If he does, I know that you're playing my cards.
Okay, I can't wait to see this. So you and Jaden McDaniels, nice pickup. Gordon Hayward, okay. He might get traded this year. Oh, and you went with one of the Thompson twins, okay. Jeremy Sochan, okay.
I just read 2 articles real quick, and it said that there's a good chance that he starts, or plays big minutes. So I got 2 rookies on my team. I might have a rookie team, but I don't want to talk about it.
Might have a rookie team. Yeah, you definitely do. You definitely do. Looking at my team, I have a lot of guards, so I am in need to go forward/center. And I already went I went center with my last pick with Big Zoo, so I would probably go small forward. I think Aaron Gordon is probably who I would go. Or should I go PJ? Decisions, y'all. I think. Okay, let's look further down. Christian Wood. Okay, this is when we start getting into some not so good territory here. Not so good people territory.
This is the territory you waited a little too long. Christian Wood is still around. I don't think he's going to see much playing time.
Yeah, probably not. But let's see here. Yeah, I think the smart pick for me would be Aaron Gordon. Where is he? Herb Jones. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go with. And then I might circle back and get I think I might circle around and get PJ or Spencer or PJ or maybe even Colin Sexton.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 more picks left. This is where it doesn't even matter anymore. This is where you just throw things at the wall and hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean, we have plenty of teams in the league. It's just there's just so many players, and nowadays there's so many good players too. You just kind of have to just throw stuff at the wall. Hopefully, it sticks. I would say my sixth man of the year. Shoot. It depends on what happens with the Celtics. If Derek White comes off the bench, he will be a good candidate. If we look at the Lakers, I think the Lakers, any of their guys could be good six men. Like if Christian Wood actually plays up to his potential, like if he comes off the bench and is dropping like 18 and 8 or something, then he could be a good six man. Or even like Taurean Prince, like he's probably not going to start, but he could easily come off the bench and average like 15 and 5 or something. I think that'll put him in that conversation. So, we will see.
Another Malik Monk kind of role as well. Did Malik Monk win it last year?
No, I don't think so.
Shame. So someone is shaming somebody in the group over there. Oh, we got some chatting.
I'm
Oh,
gonna go
Miles Bridges was
Porter.
taken. Someone took Miles Bridges. That's why there's shames going around.
Shame. Was he auto pick though? Or was it just?
It was an auto pick.
I didn't hit draft in time. Oof. You hate to see it, y'all. Damn. You gotta be on your toes. You gotta be on your toes when it comes to the draft. Because we are on round 12. I think we still have a 1, 2, 3, 4 spots left, and we still have plenty of players, so there's still some starters on the board, so no bad picks here, honestly. You're coming up next. Who are you looking to round out your roster with?
Well, I was looking to round it out with PJ Washington, and that ain't gonna happen now. So, I mean, I'm looking at Mike Conley just because I know he's gonna get starting time, good starting minutes.
Yes.
And he's just sitting here for me, dude. He's just one of those things. Like, okay, he's gonna get steals, he's gonna get assists. What am I lacking right now on my team? It's assists and steals. So just don't be stupid and just play to what your strengths are, not on your team. And another thing I want to go is Malcolm Brogdon, but he's just untouchable until he leaves Portland, so I just can't touch it.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true right there.
Just want to kind of leave that one alone until that one gets a little hatched out and figured out.
No, I agree with you. I wouldn't touch him either.
I mean, at this point, you're just gonna have to go with a player who you're gonna have to take a chance on.
Ooh, Steven Adams. Steven Adams was way down there. That's that why we didn't see him.
Yeah, he's way down there. I had him picked. I was gonna pick him next, and I didn't make it. So,
ooh.
I think that's fine. That's fine. I think I had another guy in mind, and let me do one last glance over at it. I think the role this guy might play this season for this team gives him more upside.
Oh, Vando. Okay. Vando, that's a very, very nice pick right there.
He's just got a little bit. I think he's got a little upside. You know, he can play big. So, and what I'm kind of lacking, I need some more centers on this bench. I'm just going to put that out there. I need another center, just so someone can play that center spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So at some point, I'm going to have to pick up a center. You know, looking at all these guys.
Max Strus, that was a good pickup. Dennis Schroeder, another good pickup, and Caleb Martin, who's probably another good 6-man candidate. Next up, I guess we have. Let's go Coach of the Year. Who do you think is going to be Coach of the Year?
We always give Coach of the Year to teams that, you know, they overperform than what we think they're going to do.
Yeah.
Give me
Last year was Mike Brown.
Yeah, give me Coach of the Year. Can you stop walking on me, you little rat dog? Oh, sorry, guys. I did not mean to say that about the puppy dog. Anywho. Honestly, give it to the Bucks coach. Just because I think the Bucks are going to be really good. New
His
coach.
First year coaching too.
First season.
Yep.
Just give it to the Bucks guy. I think he's just going to win it because his team's so good. Not that he had to do any grand coaching or anything. It's just that he's already got a pretty generously nice team. All he has to do is keep the pieces together. So I think that's why I'll go with that one.
Okay, I feel that's a good pick. I think for me, I think Rick Carlisle, the Pacers coach. I think he'll end up being coach of the year. I think the Pacers will do better than a lot of people are thinking. As long as Halliburton stays healthy, they will make a good little run in the East. So I think he has a pretty good chance of winning. Their roster isn't bad, so if they can make some moves, I know they have a couple players they want to trade. Buddy Hield, Turner might get moved too. I think who's the other, like Nimhard, I think is his name. He might get moved. So they have some guys they may move. So if they can get some decent assets back and make a run in the East, he definitely has a chance. I am picking up next after the Trumu Troopers. Amen Thompson just went 156, and then Malik Monk, who was in my queue. Right now, I have a good mix of guards and forwards, so I think, honestly, I can't go wrong with any further picks. Like we said, can't go wrong with, and there's still some sleepers in this draft. So, shoot. Dylan Brooks is still there? Wow. Honestly, I'm just gonna go Spencer Dinwiddie just for like the double potential. I feel like I don't know why he's still there. I think alone he'll get like assists from he'll get like 5 assists alone from like Cam Johnson, just catch and shoot threes. I think Coach of the Year we did. I guess Executive of the Year we can't really predict until later on. So we'll leave that one alone. But I guess we're left with MVP. Who is your prediction for MVP next season?
Oof, MVP.
Yeah, the big one. The big one.
Based on how it's been the last couple seasons and how it's been going, I give me Anthony Davis if he stays healthy.
Wow. Okay, I thought you were going between the other two big men.
I think Anthony Davis can always be in the running every year if he stays healthy, and I feel like this is a team in which the Lakers. I mean, like at this point, like you have so many guys on your team that you kind of molded around that like you can't just like keep him on the bench for a number of games. Like, what are you doing? Like, there's no reason he should be getting consistently hurt and then like forced to play while hurt. Like, you got guys in like basically different area codes in order to fill out your roster, make big moves. So I feel like he should be able to sit on the bench a little bit more come the season. So because I need a center and who do I want? I just think he might get more playing time, so we're just going to go Isaiah Jackson.
Okay.
My question is Malcolm Brogdon just going to sit here or like?
Yeah, I think he might just be he might be a lost cause unless you want to take him with your last pick. I don't think he's worth. Unless he's there with your last pick, yeah, I'm not touching him. And then if that's like if you want to take a flyer, and then maybe pit him on your IR. If he's even eligible for IR, I don't know.
I don't think he is.
Who we got? I think we have 2 picks left. Who are we choosing? Still some starters in there. You just have to kind of weave your way through. Oh, did you get Okogie?
I went Josh Okogie.
Okay, that's a good pick. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I feel like someone's got to score some points off that bench. Someone's got to score some points off that bench. So gonna give him a shot. We're give him a nod, see what he can do. And then I'm on my queue. I'm just gonna see how my queue plays out, and I'm pretty much gonna go from there. And see how everything plays out. Because I mean, there's just some guys sitting here that I'm like, is there a reason why no one's touching these guys yet? Am I crazy for not wanting to touch these guys yet?
Yeah.
Right, KCP not being touched yet. Like, he was pretty integral. I know he's starting a little injured this season, but Come on now. He's still a good
Yeah.
player.
Still a good player for sure. My MVP prediction, I want to go with one of the two big guys, but I think the Nuggets have a little drop off from last season. They still will be good. They still be a top 3 team in the West, but I think they have a slight drop off. And then the Lakers, I think Anthony Davis is probably not going to play. He'll be hurt, but I don't know if that will probably go against them just because the narratives that people have. So
I don't
let
want
me
to hear
pick.
none of that narrative stuff because
I mean, it always comes to play.
Giannis was hurt, good portion of the season last year, and he still somehow is in that running. So
Yeah, you hate to see it.
I just never know how they judge those things anymore.
I'm gonna go with Rui. I don't know why he hasn't been picked up. He's probably gonna start. If not start, he's gonna play some heavy minutes.
My thought was between Okogie and Rui, and I went Okogie instead of Rui. I thought they're going to be the same.
Yeah,
they're going to be
agree with
that.
you.
I think they're just going to be that 6 man that gets some points off that bench, but I don't know how many big minutes they play. I guess the big thing is Rui's probably going to close out games, while Okogie's not going to close out games. So yeah, you probably won on that one.
And then so speaking of MVP, yeah, guys, I think I just have to go with MVP. I'm going with Devin Booker. I think the narrative will play in his favor. I think Bill and Katie are just going to be hurt too much, and I think he'll still carry the Suns to like a top 3 seed in the West, and I think that'll be enough to give him to secure enough MVP votes. As long as he can stay healthy too, because he's had some injury woes. So as long as he can stay relatively healthy, play about 70 games, and like carry them to a top 3 seed, I think he has a really good case. Because I think all the big guns that we're thinking of, I think they're all going to be hurt way more than he will be hurt. So I think, and Chris Paul is gone, so I think the ball's going to be in his hands majority of the time. Even though we've seen with Beal, I think somehow, some way, the ball will still end up in his hands, and he'll have some really, really, really good numbers. I filtered the centers. There's like no good centers, so I'm just gonna go a flyer.
I would have told you to go to Rashad Holmes because he's on Dallas, and I feel like he might get big minutes in Dallas.
Oh, why did I didn't want Royce O'Neal. I wanted Karis LeVert. What the hell? Oh well. Well, that's my last pick. I think you have one more pick left. I think that's it for the awards. Before the draft closes, tell me your finals matchup.
Ooh, my finals matchup. I'm gonna go.
Well, I guess tell me your Western Conference Finals, and then tell me your Eastern Conference Finals.
I'm gonna have some gladiators out in the West. I'm gonna go Lakers, Suns out in the West. Pretty lame.
Okay.
But I just feel like it's destiny at this point. And then on the East, I feel like Celtics fall hard early, so I'm actually gonna go 76ers.
Wow, hot
I'm gonna go
take.
76ers on a revenge tour. Let me focus up here real quick. 1 second. 76ers and screw it. I don't really care who I pick. So let's go for something. Let's go for something wild and random with our last pick. He probably gets cut anyways. I was gonna say, 76ers and just give me the Bucks. Because I already said the coach is gonna win GM or Coach of the Year, so just give me the Bucks, coach, or just give me the Bucks. I just think it's gonna be kind of a boring on the East side in terms of who makes it. I just think that the 76ers. Actually, no, scratch that. I'm gonna take out the 76ers. I'm gonna throw in Cavaliers and Bucks.
Wow, that's even a bigger wow.
I just think the Cavs kind of have the power to do it, whether or not they can or not. I just think they do have the ability to do it if they so choose to.
Yeah. Okay. And your finals matchup and winner?
Probably Bucks, Suns. Probably gonna go Suns.
Ooh, Suns. How many games you think?
Over on how many games won?
Yeah, like Suns in 6, Suns in
I'm gonna go
7.
Suns in 6.
Wow. Okay, so Suns get their lick back from a couple years ago. Okay, that's a good finals matchup. Um, let's have a look at my team. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. So far we have Murray, Booker, Maxey, Kuz, AD, Michael Porter Jr., Bam, Jalen Green, Marcus Smart, and Big Zoo. That's actually not a bad lineup. Let's take a look at yours. Okay, Van Fleet, Hero, Clay, Jaden McDaniels, Pascal, Evan Mobley, Joel, CJ, Scoot. Okay, some young guns. Jordan Clarkson,
We got some work to do, but we're willing to put in that work.
the Thompson twins, Mike Conley, Bando, Isaiah Jackson. Okay. Josh Okogie, and yes, I love the roster. No complaints from me. Okay, my finals matchup, starting in the West, I think I'm right there with you. I think, no, I don't think the Suns make it this year. I think the Suns are like one piece away. I think this year it'll be Lakers, Denver. It'll be a rematch. And then on the East side, I think the Juggernauts are just gonna fight this one out. I think it's gonna be Bucks, Celtics. Cavs don't have enough. Miami doesn't have enough. And Sixers, I think without James Harden, they don't have enough. So I don't believe in any of those teams. Now they might make an upset, but I think it's slim to none. And then my finals matchup, I have Lakers. I think we're destined for a Lakers Celtics matchup in the finals. I think the script writers, I think they will want this matchup. I think this is the last. This is honestly probably the last title run LeBron has left in him, and so I think he's gonna get to 5. So I got Lakers beating the Celtics in 6. I think the Lakers have the best roster top down, and they have championship experience. The Celtics do not, even though they were just in the finals 2 years ago. I think the Lakers and LeBron. If LeBron gets you there, I think he can. I think AD will just carry them home. So, yeah, Lakers in 6 in the finals. So that's who I got. The draft is all wrapped up. Any final thoughts about the draft? How it went? How you feeling?
I feel like a lot of guys in our group stretched a little bit. I do think that both of us benefited from that a little bit. I think I got certain guys I wouldn't have gotten if everything had stayed, kind of like it was supposed to.
Yeah, Wemby going at 20 was wild.
But yeah, I'm not upset at it. I'm already starting my lineup for the first because Tuesday's the start of the season, and I'm already making those little tweaks already. It's just kind of it's a little nice seeing it lock in. I feel like I have a good rotation of players around the whole board. I do not like how I have all these GDTs, but we're just gonna have to roll with it.
Okay, I feel you.
I'm gonna probably hop around and see what everyone else's team is like, and basically kind of see who the real threats are going into this season.
Yeah, I think we gotta evaluate, see if we can make some trades out here because I really didn't pay attention to what people were drafting. I was just looking at some of the reaches, but
Okay,
apparently
we need to take a look at Josh's team real quick. I've been told, Kamish, that we need to be looking at Josh's team.
Do we need to share which one is his team?
Guys, I let date my daughter. Oh. Um, I,
He actually made a good team with all white guys, bro. Like, this team is actually competitive.
you're not wrong. He got Jokic. Jokic is totally wasted, though. I feel like this is a good team, but this isn't a good enough team to like win or anything. So like,
You think they're good enough to make the playoffs though? Like, they're decent.
This team can make the playoffs.
Bro, what the fuck? This man never surprises to amaze me. Oh man. Yeah, we gotta keep looking around, see what people have. So far, my team looks decent. I probably reach out once or twice, but hopefully it'll pay off. But yeah, it should be another good NBA fantasy season.
We already got people making cuts, and
we'll keep you guys updated with all the shenanigans that happens in our league. But
we can honestly say that the first move of the season was dropping Miles Bridges for Cole Anthony.
Ah, see, there we go. The man who should have never been picked saw his last days in the fantasy league. Time to wrap this thing up, y'all. This was a great episode. Glad we could show you guys our draft, just like the NFL. But we will see you next week. Hopefully you tune into the games we highlighted and you enjoy them. But we're going to sign off, and we'll see you next week. Peace out, y'all.